28. Be ready. Comments. Mr. Chairman, at the outset, I wish to express my great pleasure at the Governor's address being delivered in the month of February, unlike last year. I hope this will be the convention in future because it gives us an opportunity to review not only government activities but what is proposed to be done during the coming year. Before I pass on to the subject matter of the Governor's address, I wish to make a plea to the government to consider what I have been stressing in the past, namely the establishment of a consultative councils for all the ministers in the state. I would like to congratulate the Honorable the Minister for Electricity on being the first minister to constitute the Consultative Committee on Power. In offering this congratulation, I hope I will not be mistaken because I have been co-opted as a member of the Consultative Committee on Power. I only want to mention that these consultative councils could be powerful institutions for rectifying many of the defects that we notice in the day-to-day administration of government. Even in the first meeting of the Consultative Committee on Power, we were able to deal with many subjects and members were really pleased that they had an opportunity of knowing the government's viewpoint on matters on which we give notices of adjournment motion, questions, etc., when only after a great delay we obtain the government's answer to many questions we had in mind. I would therefore plead with the other honorable ministers that they may also constitute these advisory council in their respective ministries. I am very glad to know that the Transport Ministry has formed a consultative committee and I hope that all other ministries will follow soon. Coming to the Governor's address, may I first express my happiness on the very many good schemes that have been proposed, especially the very laudable project of providing house sites for all people living in the rural parts and the construction of 1 lakh houses through cooperatives with some subsidy element for the people belonging to the weaker sections. In providing house sites for persons in the rural areas, I may suggest that the time to act is the present because the price of land is increasing to such an extent that the more we delay this project, the less will be the government be able to fulfill its objective of giving house sites to all people in our rural parts. We do have large open spaces in all our villages and I hope that in the coming budget a substantial allocation will be made in this regard. I am not pleading for the construction of houses because I know that it is impossible to provide a house for everyone who does not have a house in Tamil Nadu. But in the matter of providing house sites and developed house sites, we can and should do something in the rural parts, and I think this is a measure which will receive a large amount of support from the members of the House. Reference has been made in the Governor's address to one very important aspect of government's policy in regard to the industrialization of our state. All governments, including the central government, have been talking a great deal about industrialization both in the central sector and the state sector, and about heavy industries, medium industries, small scale industries and rural industries. Very many schemes have been adumbered in the recent past, known as the district industrial centers. It is meant to encourage private enterprise and the government of Tamil Nadu have certainly delayed great zeal in establishing district industrial centers at a record speed. But very often, many people ask me the question whether any progress has been achieved in industrialization because of the establishment of district industrial centers. We must understand that these district industrial centers are really part of the development programs. Governments can only encourage the establishment of private industries, and if the response from the public is not there, all these schemes are likely to go to waste. I referred to this because in the recent past there has been a slackening in the pace of industrialization. This is due to the climate that seems to exist in our country. Though the financial institutions are interested in establishing industries, the response from the public has not been forthcoming to the extent it should. This is a dangerous trend which all government must recognize. They should examine why the progress of industrialization is being slowed down. The other thing to which I would like to refer is the scheme of giving reference in government employment to the children of poor and illiterate parents. In our country, over the past 30 years, we have tried to evolve a system of preference to help the backward communities, the scheduled castes and tribe, people of various regions and weaker sections. This is praiseworthy because the object is that persons who have never had an opportunity of securing government employment should be given a chance of entering government service. Stop.